visions of a millionaire, millionaire visions, millionaire intentions, making millionaire decisions. I done bossed up, came up off my lost luck. Knowledge, power, how much did it cost us?
Welcome to Vision of a Millionaire, where you already got the wealth, you just gotta claim it for yourself. And remember, if nobody ever told you, I'm here to tell you today, you are special. The reason you're special because there's nobody else in the world like you. Alright? So go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Get the word out there so we can get more people encouraged. Remember, Vision of a Millionaire is not about a dollar amount. It's more about peace of mind and understanding. Alright? So today, I want to talk to you about having a solid foundation in your life and what happens when you plant seeds in fallow ground. Okay? Also, I got Chris with me today. Alright? Right now, he's just playing the background, but I'll be speaking and he can chime in at any time. So, planting seeds in fallow ground. Oftentimes, we wonder, why is it that we do the right thing and we plant the right seeds, but we don't get the result that we're looking for? It could be because the grounds that you are planting in are fallow grounds. Fallow grounds, well, what are you saying? What is a fallow ground? Well, a fallow ground is a ground that has not produced fruit in a while. It has not been used in a while. So with fallow grounds, if you don't have a soil ground where you're constantly producing fruit, then that ground goes fallow for a while. So it could be possible that you got fallow grounds and you're planting good seeds. Or maybe you're dealing with somebody who you're trying to encourage that person and you're trying to help that person and you're trying to help that person to grow and you're doing all the right things. But the problem is that you never see any growth. You never see anything happen. And most of the time, it's either they don't want to listen to you, they don't want to receive what you have to tell them. So even though you're attempting to plant that seed, you never end up getting any fruit out of it because it's fallow ground. All right? So, first thing I want to talk about is if you got fallow ground, how can you make a fallow ground into a soil ground, a soil fertile ground? And the way you do that is to make sure that you break it up and you have to rebuild it. You have to break it up and rebuild it. You got to recondition that soil. So in order to recondition that soil, you have to aerate it, break it up, and replant it. And when you replant it and you start to water it, then you'll start to see results. And results pretty much show up if you're consistent with planting. Because like I said, a lot of times in our lives, we try to figure out why, if we push in a certain area, why we don't succeed in that area. If we try to help a certain person and they don't want to listen to what we're saying, it's because it's not meant for you to be planting there, or it's not meant for you to be talking to that certain person. They may succeed somewhere further in life, and it may be from somebody that they're willing to receive the information from, but maybe it's just not you. Maybe it's just not me.
I was just going to say, when you were saying that, there was one thing that came to mind, and that's, it might not be that it's not meant for you to talk to that person, but it might just be that you're not meant to. We are all not meant to make the change in that person's life. You know, God makes a change in that person's life. The scripture says one plant, one water, but it's Yah who gives the increase.
That's true.
So at any point in time, if you ever feel like you're speaking to someone and it's falling on deaf ears, or they don't want to listen, or you feel like you're not breaking through, it's because you either planting or you're watering a seed that was already been planted. But take heart, because it's God who does the increase. You may not see it in your time, but it will happen.
Most definitely. I agree with that. It will happen, and you may not be the person that's watering. You might be the person that's planting. And the only thing that will determine that is time, right? Time is the factor of what's going to determine, the fruit of what you've been planting. So I want to give you some ways to keep ground fertile. And it's really 4 steps. It's 4 steps to keep ground fertile that we can relate to life, right? And that first step is to make sure you got the nutrients and that your balance is right. All right. So you need to live a balanced life. All right. You can't expect to produce good fruit in life if you're living an unbalanced life, right? In the Bible, it says that you either got to be hot or cold, because if you're lukewarm, you'll get spewed out. So you need to choose a side. You need to choose whether you want to be successful or whether you don't want to be successful. But what's that going to come with? A balanced lifestyle. You can't just live how you want to live and expect to have, good fruit and produce good things. Let me tell you. And like I said, the vision of a millionaire is not about money, because you got a lot of millionaires right now who are not living a happy life right now. They are not happy. You know why? Because they don't have the balance. They don't have the balance. So the first step of producing good fruit and having soil grounds is having that balance in your life. Second, the compost. So I would like to say that in life, you're going to deal with some crap. That's what I want to say. All right. So sometimes that's a good thing. You got to have the healthy stuff that you're dealing with, because the stuff that we deal with in life builds our character to the people that we become, right? A lot of stuff, if we didn't go through stuff in life, we would not be who we are today, right? So a lot of different experiences that I've had prior in my life that's preparing me for what I'm dealing with right now. It make me look at what I'm dealing with right now and say, you know what? This is not so bad compared to what I've been through in my life. So you definitely need those experiences in life. Now, do we want to have those experiences in life? No, we don't. But will they happen anyway? They will. And what depends is how you handle those situations, all right? Are you going to take the compost in your life and turn it into growth by planting it in your ground so you'll be ready to produce good fruit? Or are you going to take that compost and throw it at the window? Or are you going to take that compost and throw it at somebody else, right? And if you do that, then you won't grow, because you need that. You need that in order to grow, okay? So that's the second step to keeping good soil. And remember, I want you to have the vision of a millionaire. The vision of a millionaire is everything that I'm telling you right now that pertains to growing fruit, all right? So the third thing is avoid harsh chemicals in your soil. Now, how does that equate to living in the world? And the way it equates to living in the world is toxic people. All right? Keep toxic people out of your life, because they will destroy your soil. And they will make you have a fallow ground. You really got to be careful about who you keep around you, because the people that you keep around you can continuously bring you down. You can have people that's around you and you're thinking that they're contributing to your life, and you look around and you wondering, like, why are things staying the same for me, right? And it's because of the harsh chemicals, those toxic people in your life that you need to remove so your soil can grow, so you can produce fruit. Because I'm going to tell you something. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. If you keep the same people around you, the same toxic people, if you stay in the same situation, then you can expect the same outcome. So make sure you keep that in the back of your mind, that you need to avoid the harsh chemical, which are people that are toxic. All right. And the fourth step is to integrate the rock phosphate. All right. And I want to equate that to surrounding yourself in the right element, right? In the right element with good people that has goals and dreams and aspirations and that are going where you're trying to go in life. All right. Now let me ask you this. If you go in a field where there is an apple tree, right? Let's say that's a successful person, and you want to be like an apple tree. You want to be successful like the tree over there. Now, would it make sense to have an apple tree that's planted by the apples, and you wanting to be an apple, and for you to be, somewhere over by the pear tree? No, it doesn't make sense, right? You got to put yourself in the right environment in order for you to get the nutrients and the things that you need to grow into your gift, to grow into your purpose, because God has a purpose for all of us. So in order for you to produce good soil and keep fertile grounds, you got to keep producing fruit. Now, what do you do with that fruit that you get? With the fruit that you bear, what do? You feed people, right? That's what you do. You take your fruit onto other people and to help them to grow. And that's how you continue to grow. Because if you're a tree that's producing apples and nobody ever picks those apples, and the next year you grow more apples and more apples and more apples, you can't continue to be fruitful if you don't pass out your fruit. If you don't give that information and you don't give that nutrients to other people. So, in ending, all I'm saying is, if you got fallow grounds, that just means you haven't been fruitful in a while. Well, you need to be. You need to get yourself around the right people, get the right seeds planted in your mind, and get yourself on the right track to be successful. All right? So, like I said, I'm going to continue to push this content because I want you to have the vision of a millionaire. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to continue either way, whether we got 1 million viewers or 2 million, or if we got 10 viewers, 10 people who are listening, and this is helping. All right. So again, this is just a glare of the vision of a millionaire.
Visions of a millionaire, millionaire visions, millionaire intentions, making millionaire decisions. I done bossed up, came up off my lost luck. Knowledge, power, how much did it cost us?